So in today's episode, we are going to understand what are all the things that we can focus on the opening address. And if the time permits, we will be taking up further aspects also. So public speaking is, first of all, public speaking is not at all a challenge. Public speaking, once you understand that particular art and once you start enjoying, definitely you will be a great public speaker. So most of the people, they got the talent, they got the knowledge, they got so much of information to share, but they get confused and they develop a kind of fear psychosis. So the objective of this series is to make you confident, to make you clear and how to give the public speech. So this is the very objective of this series. And I'm very happy that we have been getting tremendous response. So the number of people are sending emails and even the recorded version also people are asking. So I'm going to upload these episodes on YouTube also. Well, in public speaking, first of all, we divide our speech into three parts so that we discussed in our previous episodes. So that is opening address, the body of the presentation, and the closing address. So in the opening address, what are all the components that we can include? So that is the main topic today. So you see, in the head of the presentation, we have got the opening address, introduction, and understanding the audience, as well as primarily stating the purpose. So why you are there? What is that you are delivering? So once this is clear, the audience will get connected with you. So this is most important. Now the opening address, which is part of the head of the presentation. So always ensure to make the audience relax with the statements like, I will take just a few minutes of your time. So why is this? So what is the reason? So audience, once they are very clear that this particular speaker is not going to take much of their time, then they will get comfortable and they pay attention and they will be listening to you with an open mind. And after that, of course, even if you take a few extra minutes also, they don't mind. But first and foremost, until and unless you announce about how much time you are planning to take, so then they will be in confusion. They will be thinking that only. So that's the reason, as an intelligent speaker, first you need to break the ice and you need to give them some kind of confidence. Hey, I'm not going to take much of your time. It is even advisable. You can precisely give them this many minutes of speech I'm going to deliver. I'm going to give 10 minutes speech or 15 minutes speech or half an hour or 1 hour. It all depends on the topic and the time that is permitted to the speaker. And let the speaker give this particular piece of information to the audience. So, and of course, always he can make the announcement. Yeah, Shobha Shetty, thank you. So always he can give them clarity that this particular meeting is primarily meant to give you some information so that people will get great clarity and what are all the components that are what are the contents that they are going to get. Once you give clarity, then people will be very much connected. Now start with some interesting opening address. So let me tell you, my dear friends, the first few seconds are very crucial in getting the attention of audience. So it is like a make or break kind of moments. So even let me divert the topic to some other topic. You see, now, for example, you go to a movie and you start watching the movie. So of course, the titles and all this particular procedure is over. Now the movie starts. The first few minutes of the movie, it should be captivating enough so that the audience will get connected with the movie and they get some kind of excitement and eagerness and they start watching. So during this particular rest of the movie, even if there happens to be some amount of lagging is there, the director is not giving that particular story narration in a fast-paced manner, but audience will bear. That will not be a problem. The opening address. So once the beginning of the movie is quite interesting, audience will get excitement. A kind of excitement is generated in them. So the same principle is applicable to any story that you read or any novel that you read, or any audio podcast that you listen to. The same is the case even with the public address also. When you are giving a speech, ensure that the kind of information that you are sharing, that is important, of course, understood. But more than that, how you are beginning, how you are starting your presentation, that is more important. So that's the reason always ensure to start with the very interesting aspects, and the first few seconds are very crucial in getting the attention of the audience. And here is one small word of advice. Avoid the temptation to start with a joke until and unless you are clear that all the audience are positive and they will take it funny. And I mean to say again, everyone. So everyone in the audience should be positive. But is there any such guarantee? So there is no such thing. So it is always advisable not to start with any joke. So somehow, because it is a kind of old concept, I believe. Some old timers, they begin with a joke. Sometimes the joke affects, it may hurt the people. A section of the people, it may hurt. So that's the reason, because don't get confused. Being pleasant is different, and making someone hurt is different. So if you are pleasant, just be there with a pleasant face, be smiling, and look at all the audience with a pleasant face, and greet them with a pleasantries. Hey, how are you all? That way. So never start with a joke with relatively new faces, with a relatively new set of audience. If it is a regular team of people who you meet regularly and you know them in person and you know their strength and areas for improvement, and if you are very clear about their activities, in that case, that is a different thing. You can start the presentation with a joke. But with a new set of audience, you are always advised not to start with any joke. Invariably, it may hurt. Now, some of the proven ways to open a presentation. First one, general talk, need-based or topic-based questions, mystery opener, the compliment, and startling statements. Let us understand all of these points one by one. So, general talk. What is the general talk? For example, now you are going to give a presentation on artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, about that. Now just instead of going deeper into the topic and then starting artificial intelligence, even if it happens to be a technical presentation, even if you are going to address the people who are technically sound and you have to give a technical presentation, but one thing you remember, you are addressing human beings. You are talking to human beings. You are not talking to robots, or you are not talking to lifeless machines. So that's the reason always human beings prefer to get connected with the human beings. So that's the reason, be pleasant and with a smiling face. Look at all the people with great confidence and greet the people. Then, as I told you a while ago, you start with some general talk. Hey, how many of you are still preparing your presentations without taking any tool from artificial intelligence? Hey, how many of you have come across this particular word AI? What has been your experience? Are you positive with artificial intelligence tools? Are you really scared? How has been your experience? So some kind of general talk. Let us assume that you are giving a presentation on movies. Let us assume you have to talk on movies. So general talk. How many of you watch movies regularly? In previous days, people used to watch a movie once in a month. And in the recent past also, people used to watch movies on holidays and all. But nowadays, the movies have been watched every day because of the advent of this OTT. So how many of you agree with me? So these kind of questions. Now, have you observed with the AI related topic and with the movie related topic? So you are asking some questions which are very much general in nature, but they are remotely connected with your topic. They do not have any specific topic. So movies is the topic, AI is the topic, but you are not going deeper and you are not touching upon any particular aspect. A general talk based on your topic. That is one thing. Second thing, you are not asking the audience to give an elaborative answer. You're not allowing them, or you're not compelling them to give an elaborative answer. So it is either yes or no kind of questions you are asking. So this is also one technique, so that the audience feel comfortable. So how many of you are still working without any tools of AI? So you are now compelling them to raise the hand. And how many of you have watched a recent movie? For example, based on the latest movies, one movie title you can mention? Or do you still watch movies by going to theaters, or do you watch movies on OTT platform? Whether some general talk related to your topic, if you touch upon, people feel comfortable. Now let us take up, for example, my profession related to public speaking or fluency in English or communication skills. If I have to give a public address, then I will start in this way. My dear friends, you might have come across the statement that English is very great language. English is great. So this has been the saying. This is, most of the people say this way. Do you really agree with it? So most of the people, they raise hand. Yes, sir, English is a great language. Then I say that I am sorry. I'm sorry to differ with you. English is not a great language. English is very important language. Then they get excitement. Oh, this gentleman is saying something different. So that way you can always create some attention and get the people hooked towards your speech. Oh, what is he going to tell further? So that way general talk. And a while ago, even for fun, I told also it's true. English is, of course, very important language, but it is not a great language. Why? So in my sessions, definitely I will let you know. Now coming to need-based, topic-based questions. So, for example, the people have assembled to strengthen their knowledge, or they want to improve their computer knowledge in latest computer languages. Now, how many of you are aware of the latest software that has come into the market? So, are you really interested? Now, in fact, there are people who charge a huge amount of money, but I am going to give you some important websites where you will get this training very free. You can get this training very much free. So, some interest need-based topics. So like that, you can always get the attention of the people, so that people will get connected with you. Next, third one is what? Mystery opener, right? It itself is very interesting. Shall let me tell you in this way. Now, my dear friends, can you draw a square? Can you draw a square with three lines? Can you draw a square with three lines? Sir, what are you talking? So now people laugh at me, for example. So can you draw a square with three lines? How is it possible? It's not possible, they think. Then I can prove it. I tell, and people get surprised. How is it possible? Now I continue their eagerness for some time. Okay, I'll answer after a few minutes. First, let us get the introductions of the people. Yes, my dear friend, your name? Yes, what are you doing? May I know your profession, please? That way, at random, you can choose few friendly faces and you can quickly get their introductions. So this is one method. And okay, now you are eager. I know that. What the sir, how is it possible? A square with three lines, right? So a square, of course, you know that it has got four lines. Now, fine. Now you draw a square because with the three lines, what do we draw? We can draw only a triangle. So that is what we know right from the beginning. Now I am telling the something different, right? So a square with the three lines. What is a square with the three lines? Now first I draw a normal square. It has got four lines. But in between the square, I draw one, two, three. In between that particular square. What is it now? A square with three lines. It is language based pun. That with the word, I made a pun with it. So first, by question, when the people listen to, they may feel that with the help of three lines, how to draw. So that they thought, but it is not about with the help of. With means a plus, a square plus three lines. So that is the way with that particular word with, we can make some fun. Now, let me ask you one more question. 2 plus 2 is equal to how much? Again, mystery opener. People will say that, sir, 2 plus 2, fine, 4. Of course, you are partially right. But if I say that 2 plus 2 is equal to more than 4, it may be 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it possible? No, sir. How is it possible? What are you talking? So people get confused. Now, I need to introduce them the word synergy, Synergy. So if I have to give a presentation on team building, I can start with this kind of mystery opener. So synergy means what? The total of two, for example, two groups are there. So each group can lift 100 kg weight. So group A can lift 100 kg weight, group B can lift 100 kg weight. But put together, if they work together, they may lift more than 100 kg. 100 plus 100, 200. More than 200 also they can lift. So the resultant net result is more than that of the individual components. So this concept is known as synergy. While team building activity is being done, this kind of motivational examples we can give. So that is what mystery opener. And one more mystery opener I tell you. So in fact, it is actually a while ago it happened. One of my friends, he called me up. Hey, I'm not able to find any diamonds in the market today. There are no diamonds. It's a piece of surprise for me. That's the reason I'm calling you and I'm informing you, he said. Then I said very coolly, very coolly, I said, yes, it's obvious. Today, diamonds are nowhere. Diamonds are nowhere. The reason is what? All the diamonds are sitting right in front of me today. When the diamonds are sitting right in front of me, how can we get diamonds anywhere? Now the audience will feel happy. Oh, fine, he is appreciating us. So in an indirect way, we are motivating the audience. So these are some of the mystery openers where audience will get connected instantly. Now let me talk about the compliment. So this is a mystery opener as well as the compliment. Available this diamonds one, and another one I can tell you the compliment. So identify certain good things in the audience. Hey, you are all in time. I really need to appreciate that. It shows that you are eager to sharpen your skills. You decided to be even more successful. And in case you are aware of that particular team's achievements, so appreciate them. And in case you are aware of their future plans, greet them and appreciate any good things like punctuality or their discipline or the kind of organized way they are sitting. So these are the kind of things you can appreciate. So that compliment always it works miracles. So that way you can appreciate the people. And last but not the least, the startling statements. Startling means shaking statements. So what are the startling statements? We will learn in the coming episode. So my dear friends, with this, let's call it a day. Let's reassemble again in tomorrow's episode. All the best.